Hey guys, Ozma Pokemon here, and today I have an OU match against Devin. This was a really fun match. If you guys want to battle me, of course, make sure to hit me up on Twitter. But yeah, let's just get right into it. Alright, so just a quick look at his team. He's bringing out a couple Pokemon that you usually don't see. So like the Gyarados and the Hydreigon and the Gliscor. But whatever, it's actually a pretty solid team. It's well balanced. It's just some of the Pokemon you don't really see a lot in the OU tier. So he's going to lead with his Clefable, and I'm going to lead with my Tapu Koko. And here I have a variety of options. I could just go straight for the Thunderbolt, which is going to do a lot of damage. I wish I went for that play because, as you guys will see here, he actually decides to stay in. I was predicting the switch into Gliscor, so I went for the Hidden Power Ice, but here it doesn't really do much damage, and he goes for the Cosmic Power, which is very annoying. Clefable is very annoying with its Cosmic Power, stored power set. And obviously I'm locked in because I'm actually at Choice Specs, Tapu Koko. So here I really take this opportunity to switch out. He's really got the advantage here. He can attack anything I want to bring in. So I send out my Kartana. And here he can't really hurt me unless he predicted it and went for Fire Blast. But he goes for the Moon Blast. And here's the thing, he actually gets a crit. So that brings me down to very low health. Without a crit, it would have been a 3-hit KO, so that really sucks, because I would have been able to revenge kill him, of course, with this Smart Strike. So anyway, he's going to send out his Bowling Pins, which is his Conkeldurr, and I'm going to go for the Smart Strike. Isn't going to do a crazy amount of damage, but it's going to do a good chunk to him, as he gets burned from the Flame Orb. Of course, his attack's going to be sky high at the moment because of Guts. And I predict the Muck Punch, a pretty obvious play here. And he goes for the Muck Punch, and I actually get the Intimidate off. So basically here, he's not going to be able to do much damage. So after this, he's kind of forced to switch, unless for some reason he wants to stay in. He could have Bulk Up. Some Conkeldurrs run Bulk Up, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Guts Conkeldurr would run Bulk Up. But yeah, I'm Defensive Landorus, so he's not touching me. Even an Ice Punch wouldn't kill, so he switches out into his Crisp Bale, which is his Gliscor, and I'm just going to go for the Stealth Rock, because, you know, why not take this opportunity to go for Stealth Rocks, because obviously he's going to switch, why would he stay in? And I'm going to get my Leftovers Recovery. Now, Gliscor, the only reason I would see anyone bring a Gliscor into OU would be an offensive Gliscor, but of course, I had to be wary of if it was a defensive one, because Toxic, but he actually goes for the Swords Dance, and that's going to kind of reveal that he's an offensive Gliscor. Offensive Gliscor is really good in UU, but I'm not so sure about using it in OU. So I go for the Hidden Power Ice, of course. He actually messaged me after the battle, and he said that his team kind of gets ruined a lot, the Gliscor, because of the Hidden Power Ice on Landorus, and just demolishes his Gliscor, which, as you see, it does well over half. So he's going to go for the Roost here. And, of course, I'm going to Hidden Power again because, you know, I thought I'd kill. But, unfortunately, because of the Roost, he's going to survive one of those. So, obviously, if you guys don't know, offensive Gliscor likes to run Facade. With the Toxic heal, it actually boosts Facade to 140 base power, which is pretty strong. I'm going to go for the Hidden Power here, and it's going to do a lot of damage. His Crisp Bale is pretty much crippled here. There's not much it can do, really, at all. I'm going to take him out next turn, but I kind of predicted him. I thought he was going to, you know, conserve his Gliscor maybe, and I really had enough of this stalling Hidden Power Ice Stall. I mean, it probably would have lasted forever. So I just U-turn out of here and going to bring a more favorable matchup in. I believe I'm bringing my Tapu Koko because its Hidden Power Ice is going to do way more than an uninvested Landorus's Hidden Power. So I bring out Tapu Koko. And Electric Surge comes back on the field, which is pretty good for me. He doesn't have any Surge control, which is probably one of the big problems with his team. When you're playing in OU, you're definitely going to want to have one of your own Tapus or a way to control these Surges or the weather, because it really helps out the opponent when you don't have like someone to take advantage of the Electric Surge or the Grassy Surge or whatever. So he predicted the Hidden Power Ice goes into Mysterious X, his Clefable, and Clefable pretty much walls me because I can't swap moves. So I'm going to switch out because I just want to finish this quickly. So go into my Heatran because as you can see there, he actually reveals that he's an unaware Clefable. So it's not actually Magic Guard, which is pretty weird, to be honest. I usually only see Magic Guard Clefable, so it's quite weird seeing an unaware Clefable. Really haven't seen that since maybe Black and White early days, or X and Y early days as well. Everyone just usually ends up going with Magic Guard because it is better in most situations. It does have a niche though sometimes. So I go for the Toxic, so because obviously he's not Magic Guard, so I know it's going to do a lot. But he's going to go for the Wish, and Wish is going to heal pretty much whatever he wants to bring in, or heal himself. I actually thought he would stay in to heal himself. So on this turn, I'm actually going to go for the Taunt because I don't want him setting up any more Cosmic Powers. But he switches into his Bowling Pins, the Conkeldurr, and Conkeldurr is going to get all his health back, which is very scary, considering I don't have a lot of good switch-ins to this thing. Even Landorus is not going to be able to take that many hits. Probably drain, if he has knockoff, which he does, so you'll see it soon, it does a fair chunk. So Conkeldurr with Guts is definitely something you don't want to be underestimating, because it is very powerful. His attack is very high when it gets Guts. I believe it gets up to near 592, something like that. I may be wrong, but that's just off the top of my head. So I get the Intimidate off, and as you can see here, he goes for the knockoff. Unfortunately, I lose my leftovers. That does a good chunk, and that's defensive Landorus. I think it's Impish, max HP, and then maybe 240 defense, I'm pretty sure. But here I'm like, oh yeah, like let's just scout the Ice Punch. So I'm going to U-turn, and it doesn't do much, obviously. I don't really have that much investment in attack. And I go into my Tapu Koko, because I can live anything that this thing wants to throw at me. I resist fighting, knockoff isn't going to do much, and I get the electric terrain back up as he reveals the Ice Punch, and that also doesn't do much to me because, of course, I have the Intimidate off on him. So here, I have pretty much a free attack, and I decide to go into use my Dazzling Gleam because it pretty much takes care of a lot of the Pokemon on his team. It's going to 2-hit KO Chris Bale. Oh, sorry, I went for the Volt Switch. Sorry, I'm going way too far ahead. This is actually a particularly long battle, so I'm sorry if I mess anything up. But anyway, I'm going to switch out here, and I go into my Landorus. Dazzling Gleam would have been a good play for that, though. So I'm going to get the Intimidate off. I don't want him setting up any more Swords Dances or getting any more attack boost, but he actually makes a nice double into his Red Eyes, which is his Hydreigon. And Hydreigon, it's pretty scary if you don't have a check to it or a counter, but I go into Rotom just to see whether this thing is Scarfed or Specs, because if it's Specs, well, I'll take a lot of damage and I can bring in a more favorable matchup. But from that damage, I can see that he's actually a Choice Scarf Hydreigon. That's not actually doing that much damage, so he's going to withdraw here as he goes into his Bowling Pins. I thought he would send in his Gliscor here, so I went for the Hydro Pump, and it actually lands, which is good. It does a fair amount of damage to his Conkeldurr, so that's of course good. This thing not being around is also very good because I don't have many switch-ins to it. As I said before, my Landorus is kind of getting whittled down by this thing. So pretty much here, he's going to actually switch out, which is a pretty good play as he goes back into his Red Eyes, probably trying to get the matchup onto me. But I actually go for the Volt Switch, so that's obviously good. I can bring whatever I want to bring in on this thing. And I believe I decide to send in Tapu Koko, which I do. And pretty much I've got the Dazzling Gleam pressure now. I get a free kill here, unless he wants to bring in Celesteela, which was also on his team. So I pretty much get a free kill here as he goes for the Dark Pulse, hoping to get a flinch because that's pretty much all he can do here. Clearly he didn't have Earth Power, otherwise he would have gone for that. But I go for the Dazzling Gleam, and it's going to take him out. Obviously, 4 times weakness to Hydreigon. Unfortunately, in Gen 6, Fairy types kind of ruined Hydreigon, but doesn't really matter. He brings in his Mysterious X here, and I know that Dazzling Gleam's going to do well. I was hoping it would kill, but he lives on the tiniest bit of health. Like, the tiniest bit of health you'll ever see, and he's going to take me out the Moonblast. It doesn't really matter, because now his Clefable is going to die to Stealth Rocks, or it's going to get killed by the next Pokemon I bring in, so of course I got a pretty good matchup here. I don't really have to worry about it anymore. So here, I send out my Alakazam, because I actually brought the wrong Alakazam to this match. I brought a Calm Mind one, Mega Alakazam, of course. I I brought a Carmine one, and I changed that ages ago, but I guess I forgot to change my Alakazam, so that kind of sucks, but it doesn't really matter in this match, because I don't really use Alakazam too much. So here I decided to go for the Shadow Ball, because I'm like, yeah, he's probably going to bring in Gliscor, and it's going to do more, because, Gliscor has much higher defense and special defense. So I'm going to go for the Shadow Ball here. And it does a fair amount of damage. I get the free kill here. And look at how much health he lived on. Probably like 1 or 2 HP. Which is really annoying. It doesn't matter. I can just take him out with the Shadow Ball. It's not like it really mattered anyway. I'm not poisoned. I'm not taking any residual damage. So it's all good. We're going to lose the Electric Surge. Which I don't think is a big deal. I don't have any more electric moves. Oh, I do have Volt Switch. But yeah, it doesn't really matter here. I'm not really sure about the play I made here. I went for the Carmine, but I should have done the damage calcs before I went for the Carmine. Yeah, because I really can't touch him. I believe Focus Blast only does around 60%, and he's going to do a lot of damage to me with the Heavy Slam, because my defense is really bad. I'm pretty much allergic to all types of physical attacks that anyone wants to throw at me, so that's not fun for Alakazam. So here, I'm going to switch out, because I don't really want to take any of his hits, but of course he's got Leech Seed. I really haven't used Celesteela in a while. I remember when I first got back into Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battles, or when I first got into it, I used an Assault Vest Celesteela, but that's a story for another time. I go into my Heatran now because he can't touch me, and pretty much I don't really know, it counters it completely. He can't touch me. Heavy Slam does nothing. Most Celesteelas run Flamethrower, and I get Flash Fire from that. So, pretty much he reveals his set. It's the regular Leech Seed Staller. So I'm going to go for the Magma Storm, but he sends in his Clefable as it dies to the Stealth Rocks. So basically, free kill there. And his last couple Pokemon, who does he send out here? He sends out his Super Slimy, which is his Gyarados. And here, I was actually kind of scared of the Earthquake here. But it doesn't really matter. I switch into Rotom, and if he wants to go for the Dragon Dance, it's fine. He doesn't really have any moves for me, unless he's Mega. If he's Mega, then that's a problem. Which I'm lucky it wasn't, which is good. So I was like, well, Flying him Z, which is probably what it is. Z Bounce is probably not going to do that much to me. Well, it is going to do a lot, but I'm going to be able to survive it and get off the Will-O-Wisp, which is good. Because just in case Volt Switch doesn't kill for some weird reason, maybe he'd be max special defense, because Gyarados does have that decent special defense stat, as he does reveal himself to be Supersonic Sky Strike. I used this a couple times on Showdown. It's really fun using Bounce with the Z move on Gyarados, and even Fly on Salamence and Landorus. It's really fun. Anyway, I go for the Will-O-Wisp, and I can survive any hit after this, because all his hits are probably neutral to me. I'm guessing he's got Earthquake and Waterfall, and Waterfall's not going to kill. Earthquake doesn't affect me, and Bounce is a 2-turn charge move. So pretty much here, he goes for the Waterfall, probably hoping for a flinch, but it's not even a 2-hit KO after leftovers, so I get the Volt Switch off, and that is going to take out the Gyarados in one shot. Very lucky that I landed that. Will-O-Wisp Will-O-Wisp has got that really shaky accuracy, and yeah, you always miss it when you need it to land. It's kind of annoying. So I send out my Kartana here, trying to get some more use out of this thing, because of course it is very low health, as he sends out his Celesteela, the Stella, and I can't touch this thing at all. But I do predict the Flamethrower, because all Celesteelas run Flamethrower, or most of them do, just to get those Scizors and those Kartanas. So I get my Flash Fire boost, so my Fire-type moves are next level powerful at the moment. And pretty much I'm going to be able to take out anything on his team in one shot, as he actually switches out his Celesteela now, and he goes into his bowling pins. And it's going to take a lot of damage from Stealth Rock, and I really need to land this Magma Storm. Magma Storm has really shaky accuracy, 75%. It always misses when I need it to land. It's so annoying, but luckily in this time, I actually managed to land it, so it's not too much of a problem. He sends out his Celesteela, his last Pokemon, and he can't touch me. Flamethrower, Heavy Slam, Leech Seed, probably Protect as his last move. So I'm just going to get this over and done with. Go for the Magma Storm. Actually got a... The animation isn't actually too good, I guess. I don't know. I like the one from Black and White. If you guys haven't been watching my Randomizer Nuzlocke, my Pelipper has Magma Storm. But yeah, that's the end of the battle, guys. And if you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like. I'm looking for battles, so I play every single tier except Little Cup at the moment. I don't really have a Little Cup team. I'm not experienced in Little Cup. But if you guys want to battle me, hit me up on Twitter. I accept almost all battle requests. And yeah, I will see you guys all in the next video.